Hi, I'm Roger Cox. I'm with www.rogercox.net, and I teach network marketers, especially relatively new network marketers, all aspects of network marketing. So if you are a new network marketer or a relatively new one, if you're just struggling with your business, you're in the right place because I talk about different aspects of network marketing, how to build your business. So uplines, I recently was asked by someone to do a video on upline because this particular person was having some issues, some struggles and some conflicts with her upline, and suggested that maybe I might talk about that for a little bit. And as I thought about it, I realized that in recent months I know of several people who have had struggles with their upline. Now, all of you have an upline, whether you know it or not. You know, unless you are one of those few who was sponsored directly by your company, you have an upline. And those uplines, I'm just going to categorize them into three categories. You can have a bad upline, meaning that you have an upline that you struggle with, that you have conflicts with, and things are not real smooth between you. You can have a good upline. You can have a sponsor and the upline, people who really care for you, and really are concerned and really want you to have a successful business, and they'll teach you and they'll help you, and they have this, for lack of a better word, this servant heart. They want to help you. And then there are those of you who are not even sure you have an upline, or if you do, you don't know who it is. You've never met them, you've never talked with them, you're not sure you even have an upline. Your upline is non-existent as far as you know, so you get no support or no help from them whatsoever. So I thought today I would just give my thoughts on uplines and about those three categories. Again, it's just my opinion. This is the gospel according to Roger Cox, and so take from it what you will. But these are my thoughts, and hopefully it'll be helpful to you. Let's start with the bad uplines. Back in the 80s, when network marketing was just first starting to gain its footing and to gain some ground, there were not a lot of network marketing companies, not like there is today. I mean, today you can go online and you can find literally thousands of different network marketing companies. And back in the 80s, there weren't so many. So as a consequence, there weren't nearly as many network marketers, people who were doing network marketing. And there weren't very many people who were actually making a lot of money in network marketing because the numbers just weren't there. There weren't that many people doing it in the first place. So when some of these people began to find success with network marketing and began to make some money, sad to say, some of those didn't handle that. Some of those uplines, some of those people that were making this big money didn't handle it very well. They began to get this feeling of, wow, look at me. I've done something wonderful that not many people have been able to do. I have a big income. I should be respected. I should be revered. People should look upon me as some sort of super guru. And they begin to feel this feeling of, I am great. And they begin to feel like they owned their downline and that they can dictate to them what they can do, what they can't do, how they should do it, just because they had made it and they were successful, and people should just, grab onto every word that they said. They had this exalted mentality that they were something great. And most of them weren't like that, but some of them were. And so that's kind of what a bad upline is. They take their success and they kind of abuse it. They abuse their downline because they're better than they are. Hopefully you have a good upline. You have a good sponsor and a good upline, someone who really cares about your success in your business, who wants to make sure that you make it. And so they're willing to teach you, to mentor you, to work with you, and they're a great support. And hopefully that you have one of those upline. And then there are some of you who are saying, I don't even know what an upline is. I don't even know if I have one. And I can tell you, unless you've been sponsored directly by your company, you have an upline. Now, maybe they're not working effectively, and maybe the person that brought you into your business, your sponsor, maybe they quit soon after you started. Maybe several people above them quit. But at some point, up there is an upline, someone that, maybe it's a great-great-great-grandfather type thing. But up there somewhere you have an upline. But unfortunately, they may be so far up there they have no idea that you even exist. And so you're not getting any help from them. So in my mind, those are the three major types of upline people. And so I'm going to want to talk about what you should do. Some things that you can do, whether if you have a bad upline or if you don't have any at all. And if you have a good upline, celebrate that and be thankful for what you have, because they can be a tremendous help in building your business. So the bad uplines and the uplines that in your mind don't even exist. How do you get around that? One of the things that you need to remember is that just because your upline has been very successful, and maybe they do know how to run a business, they do not own you or your business. You are an independent contractor. And you have freedoms to do, as long as those freedoms are within the bounds that your company has had you sign off on, because most companies do have some terms of compliance that you signed off on. But as long as you're within that compliance, you don't have to do everything your upline tells you to do. Just because your upline built their business in the way that they did it, it's quite naturally that they're going to expect that you're going to want to learn from them and do it the same way. But you don't have to. You can think for yourself. You're a business person of your own. So as long as your methods fall within the terms of compliance that your company has, then you have the total right to build a business in the way that you see fit. Now, if you have struggles with your upline, if they're really putting a lot of pressure on you, or maybe they're excluding you from some of the activities, or maybe they're even actively trying to drive you out of the business, that's when it becomes tough. That's when you're going to need to make some decisions about what you're going to do. And it's not an easy situation to be in. And so I'm going to give you the same advice that I would give someone who does not have an upline, or someone who does not have the support. The fact is, when it comes right down to it, you don't really need an upline to build your business. You can find the resources that you need to build your business and to build it successfully everywhere. There are people who are willing to teach you. There's things online, on the internet, that you can plug into. You don't have to have an upline to build a successful business. It's nice if you have it, and feel grateful if you do have that, but don't let the fact that your upline is not supportive, or they don't like the things that you are doing because you're going outside the box, so to speak, or if they're don't let that stop you. You have a right to build your business, and you can do that. So here's what I'm going to suggest to you. A couple things, actually. This is why we teach, or at least I teach, that you should always brand yourself. Don't brand the company that you're with. Don't brand your business. For example, if you're in a travel business, don't brand that particular business. Brand yourself. And here's the reason why. One of those people that I'm aware of just recently, they were moving up in the ranks of their company. They were being very successful. They were moving up, and they were active on social media. They had to post out about what they were doing in their company and how they were advancing, and different posts about their product and what it would do. And they had a lot of content out there. Well, as I mentioned, there begin to be some sort of problems with their upline, and I'm not familiar with what the problems were, but they had some problems. There were some disagreements, and so the next thing they knew, they were no longer with that company. And I don't know if they were forced out, if it was voluntary, but for whatever reason, they were no longer with that company. And so, like most network marketers, what they did was they found another company to go with, and they started with that. But here's the problem. All of this time, they've been putting up on the internet posts about their former company, about their former product, and how great it was. And they had all this content that's up on the internet, and that content does not go away. So here they are. One day they're with company XYZ. The next day they're not with company XYZ. They're with another company, and they're starting all over. And they're putting content up about their new company. The problem is, again, as I said, that old content about their former company is still there. And so if people see that, yesterday they were promoting this product, today this product is better, there's some problems with credibility there. And so they've harmed themselves because they didn't brand them. If they would have branded themselves, if they could promote themselves as someone, for example, who knows about travel, instead of promoting a particular travel company or a particular weight loss company, if they would have promoted themselves as someone who knows about weight loss, someone who knows about travel, someone who can go out to these different resources and bring wisdom and resources in and distribute that and be a broker for all things in weight loss, in all things in travel. And people would begin to look at them as an authority on these particular products or in this particular industry. If they would have done that, their transition from their former company to their new company would have been seamless, because they would not have all these posts up there about a particular product. They had generic information out there about weight loss, for example. Your expertise in weight loss does not go away just because your product has changed. So that very next day when they were with a new company, they could have just continued on. They still got this generic content up there, just good advice or good things about how to lose weight, how to exercise, and that kind of thing. The only thing that's changed then is, instead of recommending this product to people who interact with them privately, now they're recommending this one. It's a very seamless change. They wouldn't have had to start all over. You see where I'm going with this? You need to brand yourself and not your company. So what's that got to do with Upline? Okay, well, it's kind of the same way with Upline. If you don't have an upline, someone to train you, or if the people who are training you don't agree with, if you're branding yourself, you become a leader. You become the leader that you want it to be, and you can go on from there. Because let's face it, things change all the time. You might have the best product and best company right now, but things change. Companies go out of business. If you're selling a product that is 80% of your business, and the next day that product is discontinued or they change the formula or something, 80% of your business goes away. So things can change. You can have problems with your upline, and for whatever reason, you may be with a particular company one day and not with the other. So you need to have some way to transition. You need to brand yourself so that you can make that transition seamless. So you become a leader. You learn about network marketing. You learn about weight loss. You learn about travel. You learn about, any other kind of industry there is out there in network marketing. You become the authority and the expert. And then you can very easily, you can recommend this product, or you can recommend this product. You can recommend this. You're not stuck and you're not tied to this one option. I hope that makes sense for you. I kind of got to draw a blank here right now, so I'm not sure what else I can talk about. But I just want to emphasize that you brand yourself. Don't brand the company. I know that they want you to do that because it's good for them. It's good for their bottom line, because you're in essence an advertiser for them. They want you to brand them, and they have some good reasons for that. They want to protect. They want to protect their company, so they're going to have some restrictions on what you can and cannot say about that product. But in the bottom line, for your long-term success, it's better for you to be your own business person, to brand yourself, to go out and search for these for resources that you need to build your business. I hope that makes sense. If you want to talk more about this, get in contact with me. We can talk more about how to brand. That's what I do, is I teach people how to brand themselves. I teach them how to use the social media, especially Facebook, how to find leads, find your own leads instead of buying them from somewhere. It just doesn't work to buy these leads that someone else has gathered, and they might have been sold 4 or 5 different times to different people. You need to learn to get your own leads. I help you. I teach you how to get your own leads, how to get your own people to talk to, and I help you to learn to build your business with you as the main person. We're branding you. We're setting you up to be the businessman. So go to my blog, www.rogercox.net. I got some more stuff on there. Talk to me. Let's talk together and let's see if we can build you a great business. No matter what business you're in, these principles apply to everything in network marketing. It doesn't matter. I'll work with anybody as long as you're willing to work as well. You guys have a great day. I'm getting ready to go to the county fair here in my county, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.